Hi, it's Nikki here and I'm back with some more editing tips and tricks in another vlog. Today I thought I'd talk a little bit about historical fiction and editing your historical fiction. Obviously when editing historical fiction you do want to do all the same practices you do editing any manuscript. However, there are a few extra things that you ought to be looking out for. The first of these is of course anachronisms, whether that's in things that are taking place, objects that people have, or words they're using. It's no good having your Victorian heroine whip out her iPhone, you know, I mean that's an extreme example and I doubt anyone would do that, but you get the gist. There's certain modern inventions that you maybe feel have been around forever, but of course they haven't. So as you're reading through self-editing your work before it goes to either publication or to a publisher for submission, read through, just check nothing jumps out the page at you that just doesn't make sense in the context of the setting. And that can be anything from clothes to cutlery, what books they've got on their shelves, what music they're playing. Yes, so just read through and really pay attention to those sort of details. Another area that people sometimes may come a cropper in is the language. Now I'm a reasonable purist, I guess you'd say, when it comes to historical fiction. When I write them myself, I like to keep absolutely 100% the dialogue has to be period appropriate. And I also try to incorporate that into the prose. It's sometimes a little bit harder in the prose, particularly if you're looking not to avoid repetition of words and things, but I do try and keep my language appropriate for the time period the piece is set. That's easier with, say, Georgian Victorian than it is with Anglo-Saxon or ancient Egypt. Obviously in those latter situations you're going to have to use modern terms a bit and modern vocabulary, but where appropriate, try and keep it period to period setting. I mean, there's lots of resources on the internet that you can find for these. I have a few books here that I thought I'd just share with you. I've got this one, the Dictionary of the Vulgar Tongue, which is sort of Georgian era slang. I've got one for Victorian slang and phrases, and one for sort of late 17th, early 18th century, so kind of sitting just before the vulgar tongue Georgian one there. And things like that are really great just for double checking. The Georgette Hire website has a bit of vocab on, and there's plenty of places where you can look up, but those are the two areas to concentrate on: anachronisms in your language and in your setting, to make sure that the work you're sending off doesn't make people giggle for all the wrong reasons. If anyone's got any questions on this topic, pop them in a comment below and I'll do my best to answer them, and I will be back again soon with some more tips for you all. Anyone's got any tips they want me to share, pop those in the comments too.